Dawson Merritt down to 2. Alabama, Nebraska. Who's he going to pick? We're going to talk about that on the show today. Khalil Jacobs, is he down to 2? Ole Miss, Auburn? Or is he coming to Alabama this weekend? And then he's going to change his mind and be part of the Crimson Tide, the linebacker transfer from South Alabama. We're going to get into that. Jalen Milroe repping EASPORTS College Football 25. Brett's so fired up that he's playing the old game just to get ready for the new game. And this date in history, all that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. That's a way of saying Roll Tide. And thanks for hanging out with us on the show again, guys. Let's get this party started the only way we know how, with your invitation to the most fun channel on YouTube that covers Alabama. I can say that. The most fun. Roll Tide. Oh, what do you say? What do you say? Roll Tide, everybody. That's Big Sexy Elmo. You know him at Brett Elmore. I'm Mick Gillespie at Broadcaster Mick as we talk Alabama football right here on the channel. And let's get into this right here. Right off the bat, let's jump right in to Dawson Merritt. He is a 4-star linebacker from Blue Valley, Overton Park, that area in Kansas. He's down to 2. Alabama or Nebraska. Brett, tell everybody where this guy's going to go.
I'm doing fine, Mick. How are you? Man, you sound like you have been you sound like you've been snorting caffeine. What in the hell is wrong with you? Wow, he's wound up, baby. He's ready to
fired
talk.
Up. I'm fired up. Let me throw a shout out too, man. It was pretty cool of Quincy Porter to retweet us, man. Like, watch. He had to have loved the show, and I got to give a ton of credit to my man over at On 3, Andrew Bone, for digging and always popping those recruiting nuggets, man. He's the best in the business. He's the guru of recruiting. And look, man, all we do is report. We're not out there with the shovel like our main man, Andrew Bone. But I wanted to throw him a shout out and those guys, my former colleagues over at On 3 for digging those stories up and giving us the nugs to have something to talk about.
Yeah, he's one of the best, really.
Great guy too.
Let's talk about Dawson Merritt.
Let's talk about Merritt.
We've talked about him before on the show.
Did you know the cream rises to the top?
Ooh, the cream. Yeah, if I had just a creamer, all I have is a pack of ketchup, and of course my fortune cookie.
All right, Slim Jims. You got any Slim Jims?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's get to it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Right.
Not going to distract anymore. 4-star consensus linebacker.
Yeah, 6'3", 215. And we've talked about him before on the show from Blue Valley High School. And it's down to the nitty-gritty with this guy. Bama, will he be a Crimson Tide or will he be a Corn Husker? Come on, man. You got to come to Alabama. But this guy... very talented last year, 83 tackles, 17 of those for a loss. He had 7 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, a couple of fumble recoveries as a junior. And we talked about his lineage. You know, his dad is Dave Merritt. And if you're not familiar with Dave Merritt, he is the defensive backs coach at Kansas City for the Chiefs. He played ball at NC State. He was drafted by the Dolphins back in 93. So the guy has a good bloodline, and he is an incredible linebacker. Plays basically the Sam position there in high school. But 2 schools, who do you think he's going to go to? We'll see.
Well, guys, and I want to bring this up too, because I think that we're being challenged right here. And some of you guys may not follow him on Twitter, but what he has done, Brett, is he has challenged Alabama and Cornhusker fans from Nebraska to show some love. And I don't know if that's really how he's going to decide where he's going. But look, they're killing us right now. So you guys need to get on there and make sure that you like and retweet and comment and look at those impressions. I don't know we can do better than this. This is a guy we definitely want. I mean, this is a 4-star linebacker whose dad is a coach who understands the game at an elite level. He's going to come in. He's going to understand the work ethic. He's going to be a great addition to this recruiting class. So make sure that you get on there if you have X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it and give him some love.
Yeah, whatever you call it now. Just give me this guy's phone number. I'll call him. But I'm not afraid to call anyone, right?
No.
But, no. But let me ask you this, okay?
Ask me.
His dad is a coach in the NFL. Now, let's play hypothetical, okay? We've got a new coach at Coach DeBoer. And his dad's a DB coach, okay?
Okay.
The Saban effect. Number one, if Saban was still the coach, do you think it would be a lock for Alabama because of his success with sending players to the draft? And part B is, do you think the Saban effect is still there because Coach Saban is in an advisor role, kind of like he still has he's not a coach anymore, but he has an office there. And, does that still give Alabama an edge?
I think that Saban is the old Alabama coach and we love him and he's still around. But I think this is all about Coach DeBoer and his staff. I think this is Kane Womack, what he's able to do on obviously his style of football, and that the guys really like playing for Coach DeBoer. He's created a different environment where it's a lot looser. It's a lot more fun. And not to say that the work ethic and the way that Nick Saban did it was wrong either, but it was more intense and it was, in your face and a lot of cussing. And this is a lot more probably pats on the back and, rubbing your shoulders type of football. But there's different ways to win, man. And what it's about is the kids, and the kids and growing up in the men when they come to Alabama. I think that Merritt's coming to Alabama, and I think that he's going to love it in Tuscaloosa, and he's going to put that crimson uniform on. And when he does, I think it's going to be one of those things where he's going to fit right in. And I don't think work ethic's going to change at all. I think just the style of getting the players to where they need to be is going to change.
Yeah. Good point.
Is that fair? Yeah.
That's fair enough. I'll go with that answer.
All right. And here's the second one. Now, this is the big mystery. Khalil Jacobs played for Kane Womack at South Alabama. Now, the linebacker who was like a tackling machine at that level of football is a free agent. He's in the portal. Alabama's made some portal moves, right? But do they have room for this guy? And is he going to come to his scheduled visit this weekend in Tuscaloosa? Went to Auburn, had a great visit. Ole Miss has basically a pot full of money that they're handing out, and they want this guy. So the question is, everyone kind of feels like it's between Ole Miss and Auburn, and it's pretty even. I don't even know if Alabama's in this mix anymore. Should we count Alabama out, and is he going to make the visit?
I don't think he makes the visit, and I don't think Alabama's in the mix anymore.
Really? You think he's going to be out?
That's just my Elmo census here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just we've talked about this guy, and it's kind of been it's been a strange story anyway, but he's good. Don't get me wrong. 57 total tackles last year. That was 25 solos and then 31 assists, and had an interception, and the guy is good, but something tells me that no, he's not coming.
Right. Well, he made the visit to Ole Miss, and he rescheduled his trip. Remember, to Alabama. And then you wonder, does that mean that he's even going to come? I mean, is this guy's a sophomore? Auburn's shown him a lot of love. And I feel like for Auburn, it's almost like more desperate for them to get him, right? But he played for Coach Womack, so you would think that he would want to go there.
Yeah.
and at least see it, right? I mean, at least just get it, kind of a feel for it.
Right. Yeah. You would think, hey, yeah, he may take the visit. He may take the visit, but I just don't think he's coming.
So we'll find
out. But
out.
I could be totally wrong. Who knows?
Apparently, he's still going to take a visit to Alabama, and I guess he was thinking about Missouri, and then not interested in them anymore. I don't know, but it would be nice to have one more guy that could go out there and tackle. So we'll keep an eye on it. That's where we are today. Now everything can change tomorrow.
And
could change later could change later today. But I get the same feeling as you. I just unless, New York minute, yeah. But right, and that's a song.
I know.
But I think that the connection to Womack is definitely going to play into this some. I mean, look, he was the coach of the team that this guy was basically like the best tackler on, or one of them. So we'll see.
But still, I'm still to the point of where I don't even know where we stand. I need to look this up. It's like, do we have room for all these people? Where are we going to put these?
Well, that's the thing. Like these rosters are it's like we got 85, but really we have 84. When this guy, it's like,
yeah.
People ask me all the time. They're like, "What do you, where's the roster stand?" And I'm going to tell you, it's right around 85. So
yeah,
they make things happen. They make things happen with those last couple spots when they need to.
Look, I'm just going to leave it to them to keep up with the math because we'll just roll with what we got, okay?
All right, here we go. Jalen Milroe reps EA Sports. They put the video game cover out, and then he's like tweets about it, which was pretty cool. Here it comes, man. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. Do you think the game lives up to the hype? I mean, everybody's you're talking about doing the Big Elmo League, then the Bama Tailgate League. You want to have, and this is crazy idea, you wanted to have a tournament between our people and then take on the guys over at On 3, and the winners play each other for the championship.
Yeah, bring it on 3.
I'd love to have a showdown between Clint Lamb or Bone for the title.
Yeah. I think it lives up. You know what that reminds me of?
Coming for you guys. Look out.
It reminds me of that scene off Anchorman where the two news crews meet up and they're this huge battle, It's like, I think it lives up to the hype. I think it's going to be fantastic. Not going to be like the the Tecmo Bowl or whatever it was, where you had.
You're going way back. The kids don't even know what you're talking about.
I know. You had Bo Jackson, and he'd run. You could run everywhere, and he'd outrun.
That was NFL football, though.
Was that NFL football? See, I don't know.
Bo Jackson was on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, okay. Then. Well, see.
Or no, the Oakland Raiders. He was on the Kansas City Royals. I'm wrong. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a while. It's been a minute.
It's been a few minutes.
Yeah, right.
But no, I think it lives up to the hype. I think everybody's looking forward to it. It's going to. Do we have a release date for it yet?
Sure.
I'm thinking if they were smart, if Big Elmo was in charge here, and I had to choose a release date, I would definitely be releasing that thing before the 1st of June. All the kids getting out of school. Summertime's here. Everybody's wanting some football, wanting in on some of that action, and that would just be a great buffer zone until the season really kicks off.
Order now, July 19th.
See, yeah,
so that's a good time for it. Like after SEC Media Days, right after I get back from the Spear in Vegas. Seeing Dead and Company for 3 days. That'll give my brain like a few days to kind of get back into the normal swing of things, as they say.
Right.
So, all right.
That's perfect. Perfect.
I'll have it. I'm getting this one. I
am too.
All right. Before we do this date, let me remind you guys that we're brought to you by newlifeart.com, promo code Bama Tailgate. And right now, this is not a misprint. It's 25% off orders, excluding the new releases. But think about this. All those prints that you didn't get that you wanted, now's the time to go back and get them. You want to put Jake Coker on your wall? Do it. Maybe you want Mike Johnson on there. You can find him. Jay Barker. I'm sure they have a Jay Barker print. All of our friends with prints, you can go back and get at Bama Tailgate 25% off. That excludes new releases. But I'll tell you, that's a really good deal. And if you're like me, you probably missed some along the way. You want the Mark Ingram Heisman print. You want the Smitty print. All those great moments. You can get them, or you can get the mugs. You can get the Saban's got the prints out now. You know, you got Gene Stallings has one. The Bear Bryant watercolor is awesome. So just go check it out for yourself. But use that, man. 25% off orders at newlifeart.com. All right, Brett, let's get into this. What do we got going on today? You
can even get that 2020 calendar, you know, because it's not a new release. You can still get it probably. No, it's a great deal. The greatest hits, as I call them. Get the greatest hits of all the artwork. Today is the 17th day of May, 2024. Celebrity birthdays today. Sugar Ray Leonard is 68.
Oh, man, I love Sugar Ray. Do you remember when Sugar Ray would put the combo together on somebody and he'd have them over in the corner and his hands would move so quick? I mean, he'd punch you in the face, in the stomach, on the side of the head, and it would be like in a blink of an eye. Like nobody had a better 1, 2, 3 combo than Sugar Ray. He was one of my favorite boxers.
Sugar Ray is 68 today.
Man, and he had great feet. The footwork with him was great too.
Yeah, he was awesome. Founder and frontman of 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, is 59 today.
I know like one or two songs. I remember there were kids at school that went really in on 9 Inch Nails, and they would have like black painted nails and like wear like black clothes and stuff. And then I heard the music, and it was goth. I heard the music and I was like, man, I didn't realize like this led to that, like you listen to the Dead and it does feel like, like bears and skeletons and turtles dancing, right? But
do you remember the Johnny Cash song "Hurt"?
Yes, it was from him. Yeah, I know. Like they wrote
the Trent Reznor song, 9 Inch Nails. I'm a big fan of 9 Inch Nails.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you have 9 Inch Nails?
No, I do not. No, I do not. But I'm a big fan.
Okay.
Let's see. Speaking of big fans, now here's one for you, Jordan Knight. It's his birthday today. Singer, New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, I had a couple of like girlfriends back in the day that were obsessed with New Kids. Then they came back as KNOB, and it just wasn't the same. You can't use the initials, right? What they used to have these magazines, right? And you know what I'm talking about, like the Sweet
like
16.
The teen magazine. And
I knew this girl in high school that her whole like bedroom was like I'm talking about like wallpapered with these.
Yeah.
Like some of them would be shirtless, or they'd be like,
yeah.
Stupid, but
yeah. I mean, they would, and then they made a fortune with those magazines. I mean, the publishers.
Yeah.
Every teen girl had to have.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Brett. Is Donnie? I got excited here. Is Donnie still like with McCarthy?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know who I'm talking about?
Are you talking about Jenny McCarthy?
Yes,
McCarthy?
Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah. I don't know if they're still together or not. Something tells me no. But it's going to show some age. Guess how old he is today?
Oh man, I don't know.
Jordan is 55 today. He's getting those AARP mail outs in the mail today.
It comes fast, man.
They come. Do you get any mail from AARP? Be honest.
I think she's married to him. She's married to Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, that's Mark Wahlberg's brother. He was in that band too.
Hey, look, don't avoid the question.
Okay, what'd you say? Do I get those?
Do you get mail from AARP? Answer the question.
My son turned 12 yesterday, but I didn't.
Okay, so you don't get any mail from AARP?
No, I don't.
Okay, you're lying to me. I know you are.
I really don't. I don't.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good. It's coming though. It's coming.
How old do you think I look?
I'm not saying you look your age. I'm just saying it's coming. You're like new kids on the block. He's 55.
He's older than me. I was just a little kid when they were doing their thing.
Now Mick's getting defensive. Look at him. Like, he's older than me. I'm like, yeah, I know. Calm down. Everything's cool. If you're looking for something to celebrate today is National Cherry Cobbler Day. That is something good. Today is National Pack Rat Day.
You ever saw that? Did you ever see that show Hoarders?
Yeah.
So this guy I grew up with, we were like tight back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And his aunt was on the show Hoarders. And if you guys ever watched the show, I forget what episode it was, but they had an earthquake during them pulling all the crap out. It's like they bring the boxes and they pulled out 5 dead cats from in there too, but there was an earthquake in there. The other thing that the show was famous for was that there was a pile of diapers left in the bathroom. So like, depends. Wow. Yeah. So you guys, if you know that show, that's a pack rat right there. But love her for doing it. I think it was just like kind of dealing with some pain. And I'm not making fun. No, I'm just saying that's a pack rat to me.
That's a pack rat.
Yeah.
Pinot Grigio Day. Pinot Grigio Day.
No, not a big wine guy.
I'm not either. NASCAR Day is
today. I like NASCAR. Back when it was NASCAR, back before it was like bought out by all the, the Richies. Like it used to be, like it was Dale Earnhardt and Dale Jarrett and Rusty Wallace, someone I know, really great guy. The Allisons, the Alabama gang, like it was a big deal, man. Like the NASCAR, because of the personalities, Richard Petty. Now it's like, I don't know. I mean, you could just interchange these guys. They're all kind of the same dude riding around in cars.
Yeah. This day in history, 1875, the first Kentucky Derby was run at Churchill Downs in Louisville.
It was 150 years ago. And they just, obviously they just had the Kentucky Derby, just amazing. If you've ever been there before, the mint juleps are awesome. I love smoking cigars. You throw some money down. Father Carl's all into it. He sends me. Pimlico's coming up, or no, I'm sorry, the Preakness is coming up at Pimlico, and I've got like the betting sheets already, but you're not allowed to bet on it here. But at least you can think about who you would bet on if you didn't go to the second leg of the Triple Crown.
Right, I know.
I'm not even going to ask you the question I was going to ask, but I thought you were going to say 1875, the first Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then I was like, whoa! I mean,
I'm sorry.
How many herbs and spices did the Colonel have?
11. And did you know the Colonel lived in Jasper for a time?
No way.
Yes, look it up.
Really? What the hell was he doing in Jasper?
He worked for the railroad.
Was he hanging out with Goober?
I don't know. No, I don't think he was hanging out with Goober. My aunt hung out with Goober.
Okay.
The Colonel lived in Jasper, and I think he met his wife here.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
I saw an episode of the show where they value stuff, right? And the Colonel's out. Like the Colonel gave this guy one of his suits, and it was worth like thousands and thousands of dollars to have like the real Colonel suit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was one more thing this day in history that I wanted to get to. 1998, Yankees pitcher David Wells became the 13th player in modern Major League Baseball history to throw a perfect game.
Did I see one time where he bought like an old Yankees hat, like the little tiny ones that they used to wear, and he wore it in a game, like the little, like the
old man, that would be hilarious.
I think he did that. Like,
that's
David Wells, he's one of these guys that the media hates. They're always trying to cancel him. I mean, he's just a baseball player that talks, and but he was a great pitcher. And throwing a perfect game, I mean, even with all of the new stuff going on in baseball, that's still an amazing accomplishment when you throw a perfect game.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Brett, I got to tell you this, man. Listen to your show yesterday, and there's a water problem in Jasper, and you set up this bit where you were talking about the water, and it was honestly, it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard on radio. Great job, man. What do you got on tap for everyone today? On tap, get it?
Yeah, on tap. And by the way, I'm not drinking the water today. I'm not drinking the water today. And in all honesty, I don't know what's going on. But I did miss the show earlier this week because I was sick, and I'm beginning to wonder if I got sick from the water because I do drink a lot of tap water. But who knows? Today, we've got a huge announcement at 7:30 a.m. about our Foothills Festival here. It's a free festival, music festival. Last year we had Scott Stapp from Creed. It's always a huge free festival. There's I forgot how many people came through last year, but it's huge. We've got the official announcement this morning, 7:30. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, news of the weird, and all of your favorite classic hits. 6 till 10, WJLX1015.com.
Thanks for hanging out with us. You guys really, I mean, we appreciate it every day. I know we talk a lot of football, but then we get into goofing off at the end of the shows. That way, if you don't want to watch the goof off, you can just hey, I heard my recruiting stuff and I'm out of here. But for all of you guys that hang out with us on a daily basis, thank you so much. We really mean that. And the other thing I want to say, even more importantly than that, is Roll Tide.